We've never been in your shoes, but we're playing the game of life. We'll chase away all your blues with a burner and a ghost of your strife. Never have I ever, never have I ever, starts now.
To get that out of my system.
Was that you squirting? Like doing a Hershey squirt? You just Hershey squirt on the podcast?
I don't think you know what a
we
squirt
just
is.
started.
I don't think you know what
Now
a squirt
it
is.
smells and you gotta go clean up. God damn it.
Nah, man. If that's a full contact squisher, then like it can stay until the end of the show.
Jesus.
No, I did not Hershey squirt. I promise.
Okay.
Anyways,
I'll believe you for now.
Anyways, welcome to episode 21.
Yeah, my favorite number.
Oh yeah,
For lots of reasons.
Tom used to do things.
Yeah. When I played sports, my number was 21. And also, it's the age that you can legally drink in America. So, good number. Very good number. And I feel like whenever I find like a cute hockey player girl, they're always like a number 21. Like, or maybe I seek out number 21.
And you
on
actively
hockey
think
teams.
that they look attractive.
I'm just like, wow, you are so attractive, Megan Dugan or
Megan Dugan's not 21.
or Hillary Knight. She's 21.
No, she's not. She's number 10.
Is she number 10? Fuck.
On the Buttes?
Oh yeah.
On the Butte, she's number 10 because Devin Skeets is number 21.
Right,
and she's
right.
fucking adorable.
Right. Well, anyway, regardless, Hillary Knight is number 21. But
For
number,
the Boston Pride,
yeah, and for Team America.
World Police.
No, for Team America, women's ice hockey. But she's always number one in my heart.
Are you ready for the Olympics? The Summer Olympics?
You know what's fucking weird?
What's weird?
Is that everyone loses their shit over the Summer Olympics. And everyone... I feel like everyone during...
Name good movies that happen around the Summer Olympics.
Okay. But...
Winter Olympics, you got Cool Runnings. You have
Miracle.
And Cool Runnings.
Isn't there a movie about Usain Bolt?
Is there?
I feel like there must be. But anyway, I feel like whenever the Winter Olympics come around, people are like, oh, fuck, the Winter Olympics, these are so boring. Or like, oh, who would do these sports? I was like, I just watched a dude do a backflip on a snowboard. Or just, it's like so cool, the shit that they do.
I'm not a huge fan of Olympic sports that are also an X game. Because to me, that's so annoying. Because it's like watching the same people you just saw at the X Games. It's like I want to see something that I can only get like once every 4 years. Like javelin.
See, I watch the X Games so infrequently that whenever they come on, I'm always so stoked that they're on. I'm like, fuck, it's the X Game time? Yes!
It's on like twice a year.
I just like stumble on it though. Like I will stumble on it, not knowing they're on. I'm like, this is what's on? Fuck yes, I know what I'm watching this weekend.
Nobody ever like sets out intently to watch the X Games. They just like happen to like stumble upon the X Games.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like everyone gets super hypey about the Summer Olympics, and no one gives a shit about the winter. And
Yeah.
I'm the complete opposite.
That's pretty much how it goes. I'm all about the winter, but I mean, it's usually somewhere really cool too. Wasn't the last one like in Russia?
Yeah.
And then the one before that was in Turin, Italy.
Oh, that was summer, I believe. Was
No.
Italy?
No.
For some reason, I thought Italy was summer. I don't remember.
Either way, this is Never Have I Ever.
Yeah. I never have I ever been to the Olympics. I would love to go sometime, though.
Yeah, I don't
Like, it'd
think
be so
America's
cool.
going to have them anytime soon, though.
Man, I wish they would come to Lake Placid again.
No! You want them to bring that amount of people, that amount of fucking vehicles into one of the most remote places in northern New York for you to have a city?
It would destroy.
They
that
just
town.
got
It would-
Wi-Fi, and you want to make it
decimate
a
it.
big fucking like rig and rundown kind of thing. When I was there, I think it was 2 years ago when I was there. Yeah, during the Winter Olympics, they had like this giant like projection screen in the middle of like Main Street, in Lake Placid. Like you could just watch the Olympics live. Like whatever was live and happening right then, you could just watch it there. Anyways, this is an advice podcast coming to you from the... I was wondering what we were going to talk about for like the first 10 minutes.
We're going to advise people on how to get into the Olympics. First of all, take your steroids. Second of all,
Don't get caught.
Suck down a multivitamin every once in a while.
I didn't think you were going to say multivitamin there. Suck down a dick. Boom, you're an Olympian.
I mean, if you're a girl and, you
Wow.
get something, I know it's sexist. Or, hey, maybe you're a guy too.
Maybe you're a woman and a guy, and then you can't be in the Olympics because they don't have a spot for you, which is inappropriate.
They had a spot for Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner.
No, they don't have a spot for Caitlyn Jenner. She's like 70. There's no geriatric biathlon.
Why not?
I don't know. Go to the Empire State Games, whatever the fuck they have in California. What do they do, like bear wrangling? Anyways, this is an
All right,
advice show.
Let's start the show.
We haven't even done the official introduction yet. Anyways, this is the Never Have I Ever Show, the advice podcast where me and Tom, I'm Tim.
I'm Tom.
We step into the octagon and go one-on-one with your problems, just like Conor McGregor.
Sure. I don't watch UFC. I don't know who that is.
Just imagine like a big redheaded ginger dude, but like super scrawny. It's like imagine Seth.
Okay. Sure. I got it.
Yeah. Our listeners probably know exactly who I'm talking about. Anyways, we've taken your questions from our Never Have I Ever Show at gmail.com or from the lovable world of Reddit or Yahoo Answers. And we're going to try and give you some help this week. Tom, are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, this is probably going to be the best thing that's happened to us all day.
Okay.
No.
Lofty expectations.
So I'm 31, male, and I've finally gotten back into dating and life in general after dealing with severe anxiety and depression since high school. And now that I'm getting that under control. I've kissed a few girls before, but always drunk, and that's about as far as I've ever gotten. I've known this girl a little while. I'm Dungeon Master in a Dungeons & Dragons game that she plays in, and asked her out after Christmas. We met up twice since then, dinner and bowling, and ice skating and movie at her place. I'm super inexperienced with dating and relationships, and I'm still a virgin, was super nervous at her place and nothing really happened. I thought I'd messed it up, but a week later she was asking if we wanted to do another movie. She said she couldn't do it... Wait, what? Said she couldn't do what I suggested, but said that we could be at my place tomorrow night. I'm not sure. Should I tell her about my severe anxiety problems and my lack of experience?
They met at Dungeons and Dragons League.
Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons League of Legends, something like that. I don't know.
At first I was going to like rip on him because that's kind of nerdy, but then I was like, well, he met her there, so yeah, that's fine.
What a negative dick
They
you are.
They had something in common. I don't know. It's just so funny. Like we met at a Dungeons and Dragons League.
They don't talk like that. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
I have. It's not that bad.
Fair enough. Yeah, never have I ever played Dungeons and Dragons. Also, they went ice skating.
Yeah. You can't even get a girl to go ice skating with
No,
you.
the way he said we went ice skating at her place, I was like, what? Marry this girl. She has an ice rink in her backyard. Get on it.
No, ice skating and then movie at her place.
Oh, okay. It just kind of all rolled into one for me.
Well, I mean,
we
it
were,
was one date.
like we were on an ice rink watching a movie, and it was also at her place. How awesome would that be? If she had an outdoor video screen that you could ice skate, watch some movie that you mildly care about, it's just sort of odd in the background, and then you get to go back to her place for like 2 minutes away and just bang.
I would be forever intimidated if I went to a girl's house and she had a fucking skating rink in her backyard. It's just because that I would know that she's way better at it than I am.
I'd be so stoked. I'd be like, what? I'm going to bring my hockey stick over, take a bunch of slap shots, get in net. I'm going to hit you in the face. Get on your mask. Get on your helmet. Oh, you didn't get it on fast enough. Here comes the pucks.
That was that an elaborate innuendo of like, oh, better watch out, put it on face protection or else I'm going to come into your face
We'll go with
my
yes.
hockey stick.
We'll go with yes.
Jesus Christ. What kind of advice, though, can this guy have? Because, I mean, he's 31, virgin.
31-year-old virgin. Watch that Steve Carell movie. I'm pretty sure that's a good solution. Just watch Steve Carell in the 40-year-old version, see what he does wrong, and do the exact opposite. Like, don't get your chest waxed. But
Kelly
still-
Clarkson!
But still try to date Elizabeth Banks, because she's pretty banging.
Yeah, but he also, like, bangs that MILF. And she's pretty banging, too.
Mm-hmm. True.
Wasn't she the mother in Step Brothers, though?
I don't know if they were thinking of the same person. You mean the girl that he ends up marrying at the end?
Yeah, the older lady that he bangs.
No, that wasn't the mom from Step Brothers.
Anyways, so when it comes to his dating with this girl, because I mean, obviously it's going a little bit all right because she agreed to see him again after he thought he bailed.
Well,
What do you mean?
I'm
I don't know,
curious-
man. You're planning your third date. You haven't got it wet yet. You're 31. Man, you're hopeless. Kill yourself.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, he asked her out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But, like, I'm wondering if he just asked her out as in, like, hey, let's go out and see a movie together and, like, do this shit together. Or if it was, like, a set, let's go on a date and use the date word and then went out and did this stuff. Because I feel like it could be she just likes hanging out with someone and he's pretty cool, but, you know, she's not too sure if she wants it. That sort of a thing, you know?
So you think like she's just being very nice?
It could just be like if he said, hey, let's go out and see a movie sometime and hang out, and then they just end up, you know, doing like these few things. It's just like, oh, he's a fun guy to hang around with. Not, oh, he's a fun guy who I want to be inside me.
I think that's quite a leap. I don't think a lot of people start off with the, oh, there's my dungeon master. I want him to be my dungeon master.
Right,
Roll the dice.
I'm saying,
12.
I'm wondering
yes,
if like
I get to come inside.
well, no, I'm wondering if like she is into him like that. The question though was, should he tell her about his anxieties and
And his lack of experience. Is there a situation where you shouldn't talk about your experiences? Like when you're meeting somebody that's kind of new to you, you're just like, okay, you think you're in like the dating spectrum. Is there like things in your past you definitely shouldn't bring up?
Yes and no. I think it depends on how early you are in the relationship and how close you have gotten in the time that you have been together. So like I wouldn't come out and tell a girl certain secrets or whatever about my history unless we had been together for a while and like I felt comfortable and like she knew me. Because it's like when you first meet and you're first dating, it's like I don't want to scare you away. I want to be an honest representation of myself, but I also don't want to make you think that I'm some sort of like sadistic a-hole or something. You know what I mean?
True.
So
I think with you that naturally works its way out over time.
that's the thing. Oh, thanks. I just got that was a dig at me.
Not a problem.
Well, I think over time, like, yeah, share that stuff, but I don't think you have to do it necessarily right up front. I think that it's good to share his social anxieties, though. I think share that he's had a lot of anxieties, because then she gets to kind of know him on a deeper level and know why he might be reacting a certain way to a certain situation or something like that. You know, like it's just a better way for her to get inside his mind. Like, I love learning about people.
So you want her to get inside your mind so you can get inside her body.
Yes, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. But like, I love when a girl is mysterious and like, I don't fully understand them. Cause then it's like, I love, that she's like a mystery and it's like, I'm unwrapping like a gift or something. Like I'm Sherlock Holmes. It's just like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. Like, I just love when there's
unwrapping her as a gift is such a weird example. The Sherlock Holmes things works because like you're doing the detective thing. It's like, oh man, I'm doing the research. I got to figure out what's going on with this girl.
But it's like, I want to get to like really know you and like know how you tick and why you do things. Like, I don't know.
Do you ever wish there was like a Wikipedia page for every girl you're trying to date?
No, because it's also really fun to figure it out on myself. I don't want to fucking Google and figure it out.
No,
from
but you
there.
also don't want to find out like on the 5th or 6th date, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I have a kid named Jerome who lives in Georgia with my grandmother Susan."
I mean, 5th or 6th date, it's still early enough where you can be like, all right, oh, I'm uncomfortable with that, so I'll see you later. But it's like an amicable thing. Like,
Yeah.
So I would say share your social anxieties. Don't share that you're a virgin yet until you start to get to a more physical part of your relationship.
Okay.
What would you say?
I definitely agree that he definitely should just take a little bit slow with this because he might be jumping the shark a little bit. Because I guess I'm coming around to what you were saying, that they could not be romantic type dates. They could just be like, oh, you're that nice guy in my dungeon thing. So that way, like, we'll go out and we'll hang out after the fact.
Right.
But because maybe on her side, there's no pressure at all. But on your side, there's just so much pent up aggression about, you know, oh my gosh, everything's always been wrong in my life, and these things might be going right. Oh God, and he's spending the entire time like he's trying not to press the red button on the desk that's going to detonate his life.
Yeah.
He's just like, ha, ha, ha. I was like, just relax. Because if you're honest about just being social anxiety or having social anxiety, that helps diffuse some of the tension there already. Because I definitely have social anxieties. I'd much rather be inside than deal with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, there's certain situations where I have to go above and beyond to like remind myself to breathe in and breathe out and just kind of be like, okay, you know what? Stop thinking so much. It's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're all going to be okay. Just take it one day at a time. You're not going to know today if she's going to bang you and marry you and help you lose your virginity, but I think just relax a little bit. Maybe not say the virginity thing until it's progressed.
Yeah.
Because you don't on the second or third date say, oh, by the way, I'm not a virgin.
Yeah.
So why would you say I am a virgin?
Yeah. Why would
know?
you do the opposite?
Exactly. So I think relaxation is the key there.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for number 2?
Sure.
This one's a toughie.
Okay.
Me and my girlfriend have been going out for a year and things are great. It is at a point now where I'm considering proposing,
Okay.
but her racism is holding me back.
No.
For the most
Hold
part,
up. Stop. Red flag. Get out. Do not pass go. Just stop. Like, that's not like a little thing that you could just ignore. It's not like he said,
Can I repeat the sentence, because I think that's probably like the most articulated sentence I've heard in quite a while. That was like with subtext loaded right at the end at the right time, and I tried to make sure I said it correctly to do it justice. It is at the point now where I'm considering proposing, but her racism is holding me back.
it's not like she has some weird like hooked nose thing, like a bird nose.
Oh, Christ.
And he's like, I'm thinking of proposing, but this very small physical feature is getting me down. Like he's the asshole, you know, in the situation. It's like,
Oh, easily.
this is very much a bad thing. Go on. I want to hear the rest of it.
She works as a nurse and is extremely compassionate towards her patients. She is also extremely sweet and warm towards everyone she encounters.
Except when you're ethnic.
That being said, she has made some comments about African Americans which don't feel right with me. Early in the relationship, she made a few comments that I just figured were bad jokes. The other day, she made another comment during a news report about a black teenager being shot. I decided to explore the topic a little bit deeper. I learned she's extremely uncomfortable around people with black skin, and in experience, she has only been victimized by people of that skin color. She knows that they're not all bad, but she would never date one and would prefer to live in a neighborhood with a smaller black population. What do I do?
I just...
Remember, Tom, he loves her. He wants to propose.
But
If it weren't for that huge thing about her personality, they'd be perfect.
about hating black people. She's very passively racist.
I guess. Like, she's casually racist. She's not...
Yeah. She's not trying to start a lynching mob but she's also
You don't know what her group me looks like with all of her little racist friends.
it's so
It's 2016.
I get sort of what she's saying in a way, and hear me out. Let
Everyone,
me explain.
let's. This is Tom's racism soapbox. Go ahead.
Don't turn me off yet. I've been in situations where me being white has made me feel uncomfortable. Like there was one situation I had where I was at my work and it was me, person who was half Asian and half white, and then a customer who was African American. But the African American guy was really fucking crazy. Like he started going off about slavery and like how if he were alive during slave times, he would have killed all the white people and shit. And he's like kind of looking at me as if it's like my fault or something. I'm like, again, the only like white guy in the room. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to diffuse this situation. Like, please just leave. Not because you're black, but just because like you're telling me you're gonna kill white people, and I'm the only one of those around. I'm the only white person around. This is just really uncomfortable.
So you experienced being a minority in a situation, and now you don't like Asians?
No, Asian guy was fine, and it's like, and I don't mind like
Asians?
No, I don't mind when like when African Americans or like anyone of color like come into my store, but it's just like I don't make you feel uncomfortable about your race. Don't make me feel uncomfortable or whatever. So like I get like if she's saying like she feels uncomfortable because someone's like saying something and like trying to get like white, I don't know, just trying to like make her feel guilty for something that like she specifically didn't do. I can understand that. On the other hand, though, white privilege is 100% a thing. So it's just, I don't know.
What about reverse racism?
Reverse racism?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we talking about like affirmative action?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Today shit gets real.
Yeah, shit is getting real. Again, it's hard to say. I think that reverse racism does happen sometimes. I don't think it's correct, but at the other hand, real racism happens. So
And that's also not correct.
yeah, it's very much a typically when, all right, here's a good example. Typically when reverse racism happens, it's like, I didn't get this job, this other guy did or whatever. And it's like, you know, maybe that other person not necessarily deserves it or maybe isn't as qualified, but it's like maybe they kind of need a win more than you do. And usually what happens with like real racism is that people end up dead and shot. So it's like, you just didn't get a job. This mother just lost a son. Like, which one is kind of the worse here? You know, at least you're still alive. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
In this situation, it's a clear cut toughie. Because you've only been with her for a year, so it's not like you've spent the most amount of time with somebody. I think at this point you need to confront her a little bit about this, because he said he probed in a little bit, which is how like he tried to see why she was saying these things. But like that's not cool, and it's okay that people like that exist, and I don't mean that's okay for people to be bigoted and stuff like that, but you definitely know that there's nothing you can do to change their perspective or their outlook.
That's the thing. Like, it's so hard to change. Like, it's not something little that you can just like take care of.
Exactly.
Super easily.
And the thing that's the biggest factor is you don't need that kind of negativity inside of your mental spectrum or sphere or anything like that. Because think about it, if you're going to get married and you're going to have kids, do you really want her instilling that kind of stuff into your children's heads?
Yeah,
So that when
that just perpetuates the problem.
like they're 5 and 7 and are just racist by proxy,
Yeah.
that's not cool. So I think if you're thinking long term, this is something that if you want to have a conversation with her, don't expect, night and day switches here. But this is like a real thing to her, you need to fucking run because that's fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, addendum to my story. I've never really felt uncomfortable around anyone else, any other African Americans like that came to my store. It was really just him because he was just being fucking weird. So it's not like he made me feel uncomfortable. That's the other part of this. Like I was made uncomfortable, but then after he left and the situation was done, I was no longer uncomfortable with anyone else. It's just him. Or like she's doing the opposite. It's like, oh, I was made uncomfortable once. Now everyone is going to make me feel uncomfortable. It's like, no, that's deductive logic. That is not correct. No, that's inductive logic. Inductive? Yeah, inductive logic.
Yeah.
That's not correct. So, next question.
Sure.
Oh, I guess break up. That's my advice to this dude.
Fact. All right. It turns out I'm always the one that has to take drunks home. We rarely ever go out, but when we do, I feel like all of my nights out end up with me having to take someone to the bathroom and home later on. I'm perfectly fine with backing up my friends once in a while and taking care of them. It's not the case that there's this one drunkard that keeps getting shit-faced, but it seems to happen like every person in my group, which keeps interchanging that I have to babysit one of them as the night happens. And it's not like I'm out there trying to get blackout drunk. I don't even enjoy drinking that much, but it's so much stress when all I want to do is be talking and dancing and hanging out, but I end up having to play like mommy to a bunch of my friends. Is it weird that like this keeps happening specifically to me, and what can I do about it?
Well, here's pretty much your only option. Get drunk. Get blackout. I don't give a fuck. I don't care that you don't like it. We all gotta do shit that we don't like every once in a while. So get drunk the fastest so that your friends have to take care of you. All right? That's your only card. Sorry. Bye. Just, all right, moving on. Next question. Done.
Really?
Killed it. Yeah, nailed it.
That's all you want to do on that one?
No, let's answer it for real.
No, it is tough. Especially if it's like the same group of like 5 to 7 people or friends that you go out with.
Yeah.
And it just seems like it's all 5 or 6 of the other ones. And you're like, oh, guys, how about tonight one of you guys is the DD or something? And then as what you said, fucking get wasted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe you should just not bring car keys. Just be like, oh, guys, sorry, I'm not driving tonight. So...
what
be
do you mean?
responsible.
You always drive though. Like,
I just want
why
to.
aren't you driving tonight?
Well, okay, guys. Greg from work, he was like, "I'm gonna be there tonight, so I'm just gonna let my hair down and let the night just kind of happen where it does."
Oh, I see where it's
Right?
at. All right, girl. All right.
Get some dick, girl. Or
The
vagina.
night ends with one of the girls like getting blackout and going to the hospital because the friend couldn't take care of her. Now it's the friend's fault. Now she's super conscious about it.
Or one of your friends who's super hammered then decides to try and drive because nobody else will.
Yeah.
Don't do that either.
Yeah.
No, just kind of, it sucks, but definitely you should bring it up. Just be like, hey, Rebecca, yeah, do you remember me holding your hair back last week? Oh, no, you don't, because you drank an entire bottle of vodka before we got there. Christina, oh, yeah, your breakup, yeah, that was 2 years ago. Get over it.
Should she get new friends?
Yeah, just go on Craigslist and be like, can I get new friends? That's never gone poorly.
Yes. Can I get new ones? These ones kind of suck.
Just go to the pawn shop
I don't know
and
how I ended up with them.
trade in your friends and then go buy some new ones.
Yeah, I guess you can't really get new friends very easily. I mean, you can hang out with other people, I guess, more often and sort of alienate that one friend group. Like, let's say you have 2 friend groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
That'd be amazing for me. I barely have one.
you have friend group A, they're the shitty, wasty biddies. And then you have friend group B, who like you hang out with occasionally, but like you don't really talk to that much. Like they're cool people, but just you just don't you don't connect as much, or like you don't have as much history with them. Maybe you start hanging out with friend group B a bit more than A.
Maybe
then
you go ice
eventually
skating
A
with the
is just-
dungeon master dude.
And then friend group A just kind of becomes less and less, and you
Their
don't have
own
to-
implosion.
yeah, their own train wreck, and you don't have to deal with it as much.
It's just gonna be a circle of girls vomiting on each other.
Gross. It sounds
Probably
like
a Rule 34.
I was
for
gonna
us
say this
somewhere.
sounds like a really bad porn.
Yeah, I mean, it can be frustrating if you have to be, that friend.
Especially all the time, though.
Yeah, because you don't go out there to have like this super stressful kind of evening.
Mhm.
You just kind of try to let it go as it does, but it can be like super complicated.
I imagine she brings it up, and the girls are like, somehow, like surprisingly, they're self-aware, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not gonna go as hard tonight. It's all gonna be good. They go out to the club. Some guy is there buying all the drinks. The friends get wasted again. Someone's like, Tammy's way wasted again. She's like puking on the bar, but she still really wants to suck this dude's dick. And this girl who wrote the question is like, fuck again. Like, you just promised me this wasn't gonna happen. Like, god fucking damn it, Tammy. Stop trying to eat that dick.
I don't think. Tammy's thinking with her vagina.
Anyway.
So yeah, just new friend group.
Yeah, I guess just sort of, I mean, you can bring it up, but it's going to be a weird ass conversation. Like, because they're going to be like, hey, well, why don't you get more drunk with us? Blah, blah, blah. And they're going to try to peer pressure you into drinking more, or they're just not going to really accept responsibility, or they're just like, I know, thank you. And it's just going to be a bunch of empty promises, I feel. So, I don't know. Try to find new people.
Try to find new friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than racism. So
Yeah.
All right, next question. I've been with my ex for more than 6 years. We split up about 1.5 years ago, and the reason was just because we had different needs and we couldn't communicate in a way that we needed to. He was my first boyfriend, and we've been through several milestones together. He has seen me during my lowest points in life and has always been supportive of me and vice versa. We've seen each other grow from teenagers into adulthood. So I've always considered him to be someone extremely important to me. He is just like family, and I'm sure that he would be there, or I'd be there for him if he ever needs me and vice versa. I still love and care about him in a romantic or non-romantic sense. I initiated the breakup, but it was a mutual agreement. It was hard for both of us at first, but I think we both got over it the way we wanted to. Here's the issue. I've since started dating someone new, and our relationship's going really great, but I think that my current boyfriend thinks that I'm a little too attached to my ex because we're still super friendly. His birthday's coming up, and I really wanted to get him something really nice and possibly flirty as friendly. That's just because we are friends. Should I still go through with buying it, or should I not buy it and not let my boyfriend get creeped out?
No, don't buy it. Like, I'm kind of on the boyfriend side here. Like, he's not telling her that she can't do something,
Mhm.
but I feel like he's all right. If he were to say, you can't buy your ex this gift, I'd be like, fuck that dude. He's not in charge of you. You do you.
Get that dick, girl.
But ideally he's just expressed something that makes him feel uncomfortable, and I think it'd be nice if you honored or like took his feelings into consideration. Like, as long as he's not telling you what to do, I think you can like respect his feelings a little bit. Be like, yeah, all right, yeah, you're kind of right. I shouldn't get my boyfriend I shouldn't get my ex this gift. Also, I mean, I've never really been friends with a big ex before.
Yeah.
Like, after the relationship.
Yeah, neither have I.
So I'm just kind of like, it's possible. It's possible to still be friends with them after the relationship. I've never
I
had that.
don't know how.
That's the thing. I've never had the experience, so I'm under the firm belief, just like it's best to just not
Cut the
be.
cord and
Just,
run.
yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna suck, but you got to do what's best for everyone involved and for the future.
That's like one of the things that's always kind of weirded me out is when a couple is broken up and like one of them starts dating somebody else, but they keep the ex in that friendship circle.
Yeah,
It's like, wait, what? All the stuff that we used to do, I'm now doing right in front of you with somebody else, or
Yeah,
vice versa.
exactly. Like how does the ex like not get jealous? How does the new significant other not get like territorial or anything,
Mhm.
or just I don't know. It's just weird. It perplexes me.
I think part of a relationship, and you like experiencing things for the first time with them
Mm-hmm.
without feeling like, oh, this is like the fifth different person that they've done this with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, oh, cool, we're doing this, we're watching this, we're cuddling up and watching or doing this and whatever. And you're just like, you don't want to think about every other person that's happened with, especially if you can see someone that close in the friend group being in the same position that you're in now. You're just like, it kind of devalues what your emotional state. I think there's some bit of selfishness in there,
yeah.
but I'm not exactly sure.
Like yeah, it's kind of just selfish because you want like everything. You don't want to ever be hurt.
Right.
And that's not feasible. Like everyone's gonna get hurt at some point. Sorry, it's just kind of the way of life. I will say I think it's different if you if you like had a fling with someone and then you start dating someone else, but like that fling is still sort of in the friend group. It's kind of like like you were never really that emotionally attached, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like I imagine a 1.5 year relationship where it's like the first serious thing, like the first serious thing is always gonna be like a really tough breakup.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, because there's just so much history there and so much learning. You're learning so much about yourself. You're learning so much about how to be in a relationship and about this other person that you're with.
I like to put it this way. Your first big relationship is like an essay that you've spent an entire semester working on. Like the validation from that, even if you got a bad grade, but you don't like going back through and like, okay, let me rephrase that. It's like an essay you've been working on and all of a sudden you get an F on that essay that you've been working on for months and months and months. That's how that first relationship kind of feels after the fact.
Right.
And it's not like a homework paper that you just turned in from the night before where you did like 2 minutes worth of work.
Mhm.
Because that's how anything like subsequent kind of feels, because that learning part isn't there.
Right. Exactly.
You want to feel like validated for, I don't want to call it research, but how much you experienced and learned and
Mhm.
XP points.
So I think that
game.
I think that validation comes in future relationships where like you learn so much from writing that shitty first paper that then the next paper you try to write is phenomenal and you get like an A on it because you learned so much from the other one.
Exactly.
It's like it hurt the first time, but it helped in the long run.
It's like a pirate's map. G marks the spot.
So anyway, to this girl, don't buy the gift. Break up some more with your ex. Like cut them out of your life a little bit more.
Let them know that it's not healthy where you are and you need to kind of
Yeah.
get that separation out.
Or like it's not helping your current relationship, and if you value your current one, you've got to do something to kill the old one.
Yeah. Are you ready for a quick last question that I found on Reddit?
Sure.
All right. I'm a senior in high school and completely in love with my math teacher.
All right.
He's one of the best people I've ever met and really cares about what he does. He's almost everything I've wanted in a guy, and I can't help it. And I like him a lot. I know I probably sound like a little kid because I guess I am, but I honestly don't know what to do. We're kind of close, but I wouldn't say he feels the same way about me as I do about him.
I hope not.
I'd appreciate any advice on how to either win him over, quote, preferably, end quote, or get over it. I'm mostly worried about never seeing him after graduating. Sorry about the long post.
Guess what, kid? You don't always get what you prefer.
Yeah, no, you can't have sex with your teacher.
Yeah. At least not now. After you graduate, sure.
Have sex with all the teachers you want when you're not a student.
It's still so weird, though.
Even college, don't bang your teacher.
It's still so weird to me, though. Like, even after graduating, you still sleep with them. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, Like we had one teacher in our high school that
Just one?
Oh, okay. Well, we had the one I'm
Because
thinking
Garrett
of,
was bringing up the other one behind you.
I figured. We had one who, like, I remember all the girls were really attracted to and like wanted to sleep with, and I was
Wait,
so
what?
Yeah, I'll tell you after.
What did they teach?
Chem. Yeah, I'll tell you after.
The girls wanted to sleep with him?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah,
Interesting.
exactly. It's so fucking weird because it was like, what? He's like 30 and lives with his mom and like not that attractive. I don't know. He's not like a fucking.
Well, that's the part, like, when
Hugh
I started
Jackman.
thinking of, like, chem teachers, I'm like, wait, him?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's not like he's a jacked like Hugh Jackman. It's just like normal fucking looking dude. Anyway, so like that always perplexed me. Like, why sleep with this teacher? Like, why do you want to? I don't know. Like, sure, it's like one thing to have the fantasy about it, but then to be like so fucking hung up
Have
on
you
it.
ever fantasized about a teacher?
Probably.
What do you
Yeah.
mean probably? And I
Uh,
don't mean substitute. I mean, like, tenured professor.
uh,
Because the substitute could literally be anybody.
yeah, I've probably had a crush on a teacher, but I can't think of one specifically at the moment. But like if we said names, I'm sure one would come to mind. But I don't know.
None that I had directly, but I definitely crushed on other teachers, like
Well-
other professors in college and stuff like that.
Mm.
I'd be like, how the hell did you get a job here, ma'am? What did you study in history, and can we study more of it together?
Ma'am, I really don't understand the secession of Virginia in 1890. So
Well, Tom, you see, Virginia never seceded in 1890.
oh, see, yeah, that's why I have you here, Prof. You always got my back. Hopefully, I can have your back.
I mean,
And-
there was a kid in our high school who apparently banged the teacher.
right, but we won't get into that.
It doesn't matter. Fuck it. What are they going to do, sue us?
It did happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So just don't do it.
just don't.
I've read enough Vice articles that are like, I had sex with my teacher and it was the worst thing in the world. And it's like, yeah, just don't. No. Do you know that when you hook up with somebody and that regret you feel like the next day when you're like, I can't believe that was the person I hooked up with?
No.
And then just remember they're a teacher.
It's like they have a career. They have a whole different life than what you have right now.
Yeah.
Like,
They have a career and you have an ex
you have
erection.
a college application.
Hopefully. Maybe not.
Maybe not, but still, it's just so fucked up and weird.
Jesus. All right. So we think we've saved this girl. We said just don't bang your teacher.
Yeah, just don't do it. It's not what she wants to hear. She's probably gonna fucking try to do it anyway.
I hope she does and he turns her down. It's like, I'm married with 4 kids and I have church school on Sunday.
Right? Like they're in class after the bell rang, and she just stood behind. She's like, "Hey, so yeah, I don't really get how hydrogen bonds to this one atom." And he's like, "Oh well."
Well, he's a math teacher,
let
so
me
he probably
see.
doesn't know that fucking answer.
All right, well, so I'm kind of confused on the Pythagorean theorem. Like, what is C? What is C? And he's like, well, C is no. I meant like, what is C? Do you see my tits? And then she whips off her shirt. And he's like, oh, whoa.
Marisol, I can see your vagina.
He pulls like a Hank Hill. Just, whoa.
I'm bringing my rape
Oh,
whistle because I think
Bobby.
you might actually rape me. So yeah, just don't have
You're
sex with your teacher.
goddamn 18.
Not even.
You're goddamn 17.
And I don't care what the age allowance thing is in your state. That's just grody.
Grody to the max.
All right, do you think we helped some people today?
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope so too.
People needed a lot of help.
And they also need to know which X Games to watch versus the Olympics.
Yes.
All right, so now we're heading into our favorite round, the round where Tom learns a little bit about something that's happened in the world in the last week. Tom's not a big news guy, for those of you who don't listen to our show, and every week I pull 5 headlines that have shown up either on the interwebs or on Twitter or stuff like that have happened, and I have to see which one Tom thinks that I made up out of thin air, because one of them I did. But do you know which one it's going to be, Tom?
Nope.
All right, number 1. Florida man breaks into jail to hang out with friends.
Hey guys, missed you.
Angry lumberjack cuts up rival neighbor's Christmas tree with a chainsaw.
Oh, wow. I thought we were going to go much darker than Christmas tree. So I'm glad we went to Christmas tree land. That's
welcome.
totally fine.
Teen dressed as cashier robs Walmart.
What do you mean dressed as cashier?
Like dressed like a Walmart cashier.
Oh, okay.
Like with the vest.
I imagine her dressed as like not a Walmart cashier, like some other cashier.
She's wearing a CVS polo and she's like, I can't get into this register. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Could you help me get into the register? Thanks. I'll take all the 20s.
Oh, yeah, sure, totally.
Number 4, man attempts to rid apartment of bed bugs by burning it down.
That's one way to do it. Yeah.
And number 5, Russian woman drowned in Putin-scented perfume.
Putin-scented perfume. That's a mouthful.
Literally, that's why she's dead.
Oh, man. Drowned
So I'll
that
run
way.
through those.
Wait, she was literally drowned that way?
Yeah.
Shit. At first I thought it was like euphemism, like she drowned, like she was kind of choking on it.
I don't think she did it on her own.
Gotcha.
I think somebody forced her to drink that
Gross.
and then I guess asphyxiated because I think that's how that would work.
Is perfume
Because-
poisonous if you drink it?
Yes.
I assumed.
It's like drinking Windex,
Gotcha.
which is why you spray it on your body and it says don't spray in your eyes or your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like hairspray.
So that's what I've been doing wrong.
Yeah. Gross. Our peanut gallery has assured Tom that is incorrect. All right, so I'm going to run down those one more time, Tom, and you're going to have to tell me which one I made up today. Number 1, Florida man breaks into jail to hang out with his friends.
Yep, seems plausible.
Number 2, angry lumberjack cuts up rival neighbor's Christmas tree.
Fuck it, why not?
Number 3, teen dressed as cashier robs Walmart.
That one.
That one?
That one.
Do you think that one's not real, or do you want me to read the rest?
I'm feeling that one, but you can read the rest.
Number 4, man attempts to rid apartment of bed bugs by burning it down. And number 5, woman drowned in Putin-scented perfume.
Sticking with my answer, Trebek.
Garrett, do you have a choice?
Let's go with Bedbug Man.
All right, Garrett went with Bedbug Man.
Garrett goes with bed bugs. Let's see, a woman did drown from Putin-scented perfume.
Yep, figured.
A Florida man did break into a jail to hang out with his buddies.
Seemed right for Florida. Or Jeb Bush. Or Marco Rubio.
Man attempt to rid apartment of bed bugs. That did not happen.
That didn't
Oh,
happen.
wait, no, that did happen. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Okay.
No. And Tom, in the last week, a teen did dress as a cashier and rob a Walmart.
Damn it.
I saw it like 6 times, and I'm like, I hope Tom doesn't read headlines.
God damn it.
So that means
I
a
was so
angry
confident.
lumberjack did not cut up his rival's Christmas.
They didn't get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
No one knows who did it.
They just have pictures of this guy wearing a Walmart vest just walking out with money.
Well, I'm just glad that Bedbug was true, because if it wasn't and you made that up, I was going to be like, so is this your way of telling me that we need to burn down the house because we have bed bugs?
I mean, I've never seen a bed bug, but I did go to a school where like we had a legit bed bug scare.
Yeah, I remember that.
And like what they did was the room they found bed bugs in, they had to fumigate that room and every room that touched it. So if you want to think of it like Hollywood Squares,
Yeah.
their room in the center, and then every other room that could physically attach
Oh,
it
like that.
had to be gutted.
I was just thinking like right and left, not
No.
above and below too,
and diagonal.
and diagonal.
So I was dating a girl at the time, surprise, and her friends lived in that dorm. Or no, her roommate's friends lived in that dorm. And they were one of the rooms that wasn't bed bugged, but was one of the ones where every piece of clothing they owned got thrown out. And like all their bedding and stuff got pulled out, and they had to take all their personal possessions, get
Yeah.
it fumigated, and then like the room as like barren and empty had to get like re-cleaned and all this kind of stuff before they could move back in.
It's so
They were
crazy.
homeless for like 3 days.
It's so crazy how hard bed bugs are to kill. And like their eggs, I think they can have eggs like dormant in books. It's like if you were in a room like got bed bugs, you also had books in there. It's like, oh, that's the first edition of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, that's got to go in the garbage because that might have bed bugs now. It's fucking crazy.
That's more depressing than the library at Alexandria.
I don't get it.
Okay, they had like it was
Once upon a time.
once upon a time, Tom. There was a giant library in Alexandria, not Virginia. We're talking Europe.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it burned down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
a lot
every
of the world's
major
history
advancement
was
up. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
the world history was lost. Got
So-
it. Yep.
Yeah.
That was during Alexander time. Alexander the Great, right?
Post.
Post Alexander the Great.
Because the city was named after him, even though he did name it after himself.
So, yeah. Just a lesson in data backup, kids. Make sure you got your data in these 2 places, preferably.
Kara wants you to have your data everywhere. Put it on a billboard. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Everyone can see it on a billboard.
Alexander the Great really should have had a thing.
Anyways, if you guys have any questions you would like us to answer on the podcast, feel free to hit us up on neverhaveievershow@gmail.com, on Tumblr at neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com, on Facebook and Twitter as or twitter.com/NHIE show, and on the YouTube, which is where this is probably posted. So until next time, I'm Tim,
I'm Tom.
and keep your fingers in the air.